strictly street skated for the longest time, for like 2 years almost, because there was no ramps to ride. So I came here and we put this together, and I've been doing that ever since. Totally cool. The people that run this, they don't even care. They're into it.
Style King of the Week.
Ben Schroeder's this week's Style King. Ben's a strong, aggressive skater who drives his board and his body beyond the limits. With his natural abilities and his all-out style, Ben achieves instant recognition at any ramp. Let's bring him in. His name is Ben. How's it going, Ben?
All right.
We hear you're going to settle down for a while. You're going to stay at home, skate up around here?
Yeah, I'm moving in with my brother in Long Beach, and I'm going to be skating the mini ramp in the backyard. Plus, Vision just built a brand new vert ramp in a warehouse pretty close by, and I'll be skating there every day.
That's great. I know you're a really highly intensive skater when you skate in contests. Do you have any like pre-contest things that you go through in your mind?
Well, I used to when I was amateur. I used to just think about it every night, the night before, and the whole time, and just build up. And then the day of the contest, I would just have all this energy built up.
Unleash.
And just stay on my board, just no matter what, land on my skateboard. The emphasis on consistency holds everybody back. They get their set routine and they just stick to it, and they don't just go all out, you know. I heard about a contest in Australia where they had 4 runs and only 1 run counted, and that sounded like they probably went for it pretty much there.
Yeah, and pick the best round that you skate.
Well, just as long as it doesn't hold everybody back, and they don't have to sit there and get the routine and practice and just try not to fall mainly instead of trying to go fast and do good.
You read it all in your free time?
I read a lot.
Do you really? What kind of books?
Charles Bukowski, if you ever heard of him, he's one of my favorite authors.
He's a great author.
Somerset Maugham is, have you ever heard? I'm sure you have, but
yeah,
he's a really detailed author, so I really like him too.
I know you're interested in education. Do you have any plans with it?
Well, now that I'm moving in and settling down, I hope to go to school starting next year. Probably won't graduate till I'm 30 or something.
But still, it's the education, something to fall back on.
Yeah, well, that's my main goal is education right now.
All right, Ben, man, thanks a lot for joining us.
No problem,
really.
man.
It was great.
A pleasure.
Here's the first batch of hand plants for your horticultural pleasure. Time to meet up with pool legend Eddie Elguera to find out about his life, his family, and his first board.
First board I ever got was wood Hobie with clay wheels. There was a popsicle cart, and it's you send in 4 box tops, and for $4.50, and you got a free board.
Oh, wow, that's crazy. How did you get the name El Gato?
Well, my first sponsors was Hobie skateboards, and every time I'd land on my feet, and I was like smooth and and crafty like a cat. And so he just started calling me El Gato. And also, he used to listen to Gato Barbiera, the jazz.
Oh, right.
The jazz.
What kind of music do you listen to?
I listen to a lot of Christian music. There's like Christian rap, Christian hard punk, speed metal, and I just listen to pretty much everything. The music I have, it's, you know, it's real positive.
Tell us a little bit about Donna and Malachi and Christopher.
Oh, they're my wife and my wonderful kids. They're little terrorizers. I built them, Malachi and Christopher, little half-pipe beds, and they kind of terrorize on that, jump off the top and stuff. And my wife, she's full-on supportive. She's like 100% back.
Behind the skating,
yeah.
behind the kids skating, behind your skating and everything?
Yeah. I don't really push my kids that much skating because they're still real young. But they do. Whenever they have a chance, I let them, you know, I have a board set up, and I built this ramp on the side of my house where there's a little dirt patch because I didn't want to mess up the lawn. Got to keep the lawn up.
You got to keep that green. I hear you're a big-time cattle rancher. What up with that?
Not big time. I just, when I stopped skating for a while, went out to Mexico. My grandfather had some land, and he had some cattle. I kind of went out there. Then it wasn't really for me right now in my life. Like I started in the pool, so you could get a lot of speed and just carve just like you're surfing. I surf a little bit.
You still like to simulate that surfing.
Yeah.
You're a sidewalk surfer.
Yeah, I'm a sidewalk surfer at heart.
Let's check in with Jim Fitzpatrick and find out how boards are made.
All right, we're here in the Powell Peralta Skateboard Wood Shop where all of the boards are shaped and formed into boards. Our basic construction is 7 layers of rock-hard maple. It's grown back east. The contour, the concave is already molded in. So this is the first step of actual production where the truck holes are drilled in. All 8 are drilled simultaneously. There's a laser light that lines up the center of the board so that there's no mistaking. The center line has to be absolutely perfect so the board will line up and skate properly. So then those boards are taken over to the router machines where they're cut out. Each board has its own shape, whether it's a full size or mini size. And of course, you can't run out and buy equipment like this. You've got to develop this equipment all by yourself. So this method of manufacture is similar to all the other companies. So the next stage of production is the sanding of the rails. Each one of the drums has a different grit of sandpaper on it, and they'll go through and sand the rails so they finally get to the final stage of sanding is hand sanding on the decks and turning the edge of the rail. All of the mechanical sanding is done. They've gone through about 5 different grades of sandpaper, and the last step is to quality control, the QC the boards to make sure that the sanding was done, the truck holes are drilled properly, and all of that work is done. It's all done by hand, the final stage of sanding. We're in the silk screening room. Back in the wood shop room, we saw that each board has its own particular shape, and what continues to separate boards from other boards is the graphics that are on them, and it's all done through a silk screening process. So we start here. I've got a blank board, a Steve-size board. It's come out of the wood shop. It's had a finish put on it, a sealant finish, and it's now ready for the graphics to be applied to it that'll make this a real Steve-size skateboard. Well, the silkscreen process is not much different than any silkscreen process anywhere, whether it's for a skateboard or a t-shirt or a poster. The screens are, the photographic process is used to put the image on the screens, and each color on a design has its own separate screen. So this is the black part of the design for a McGill Street model. And in some cases, the black is being used as a highlight. In other cases, it's being used as a background color. So if you have a skateboard with 5 or 6 different colors in the finished design, it means that there were 5 or 6 different screens that were used to actually lay down each color. Special inks are used. They have to be fast drying. Particular colors are all developed for each particular design.
Coming up next on Skate TV, we'll learn about longboards with Brad Stradlin. Ride shotgun with Gabriel Rodriguez. catch air with Stevie Caballero and check out some more awesome hand plants.
Catch air. We'll be right back with more Skate TV on Nickelodeon.
What's hot? Hot Wheels. What's cool? California Custom.
Oh, yeah.
Hot neon paint jobs. Gnarly surfer stickers. Cool speed. Colored wheels. California Custom.
Oh, yeah.
California style. California cool. California Custom in slow motion. So hot, so cool.
New California Custom cars and Wild Wave stunt set each sold separately. Cars not for use with some sets.
Meet the Jetsons. New Jetson cereal.
George, you're late.
Oh, man. Jetson, you're late again.
Sorry, sir, but I had to try new Jetson cereal. It's a whole galaxy of apple cinnamon shapes.
Sounds good.
Let's chew him a bowl.
Jetson! It is delicious.
Jetson cereal is part of this nutritious breakfast.
Jetson cereal.
The cereal of tomorrow you can eat today.
There's something new in Gotham City.
Wow!
It's Batman, like you've never seen him before.
Hey, Joker, a battering surprise! Missed me. Time for a change. That disguise won't work, Joker. No, try it. So long, Batman. That's it. Wings out. Fire! You've got great new weapons, Batman. But I don't run out of tricks. You'll need them.
Batman, the Dark Knight Collection. Batman, like you've never seen him before, each sold separately. Now back for more Skate TV on Nickelodeon.
Welcome back. We're here with Brad Stradlin, one of my early influences at longboarding. Brad, you know I didn't just wake up one day and go down and cut a tree. You know you were there in the early days and influenced me a lot with my longboarding. What got you started?
Well, I would say that I wanted to skate as much like I surfed as possible. In other words, my early influences were from surfing, not so much from skating, and riding a longboard is a lot more like surfing.
In skating now, who were some of your early influences?
Well, Tom Sims influenced me a lot like Jerry Lopez did. He was very stylish and smooth and very concerned about that. I liked Jay Adams. I compared to Dane. He was very aggressive. He wouldn't just go do a grinding. He'd knock the coping block off. Dane was much like that, too. And Tom Inouye influenced me like Larry Berleman did. A lot of thought into lines and where he was going in the pool, carving,
a lot of thought,
so forth.
Thought pattern.
Right, exactly.
Let's take a walk over to your quiver here.
All right.
Why don't you explain your boards to us?
Well, I got two pool boards. These two are both them. They're lighter and a little bit more maneuverable than my other boards. I've got my downhill board and I've got my high jump board here. And when you're riding longboards, you need a quiver because there's more limitations because of the extra length in the boards. So they have to be dialed in.
Explain a little bit on the high jump board, for instance. What's different between the high jump board and one of your pool boards?
Well, the high jump board would be a little bit thicker and able to take the abuse that it takes from jumping up and down
more
on it.
More plies, you're talking like an 8 to 10 ply instead of 7?
Right, thicker and tougher wood. Right, right.
Pool boards.
Pool boards are lighter, more maneuverable, faster wheels, and more finely tuned.
Let's talk about wheels now. I know you've been into wheels and bearings for years. You were one of the first cats ever to have like the fastest bearings. You have a pair of bearings that are 8 years old and a set of wheels, don't you?
Right, yeah. I've got these bearings are the old TRWs. They're 8 years old, and they are still faster than anything anybody's using these days. Of course, in the old gyro wheels with the hubs. It doesn't necessarily have to be new to be good.
Tell us a bit now about the style part of it, the length. You're constantly on what size board?
Well, I ride, the smallest board I ride is a 44. The largest is about a 48. I use the 48s in the downhill and stuff. I didn't bring any of those with me. Like I said, the shorter boards are for the more maneuverable stuff.
Now the style part of it.
Well, basically, when you're riding a longer board, it's just like riding a longer surfboard. You know, you don't do as many maneuvers. You're looking more at where you're placing yourself and more about how you look when you're skating. You know, I'm not trying to impress anybody with maneuvers. We're just trying to go out there and have fun. Like I said, I surfed before I skateboarded, so that's what I wanted to bring into skateboarding.
A lot of kids started off the other way, skated, then got into surfing.
Right, and that's why we're seeing so many more radical maneuvers in surfing now. You know, Larry Berleman approached this many years ago while wanting to refine his surfing techniques and get more rad and do more maneuvers in surfing.
And that's when the 360 came out in surfing, right, with the Rabbit Bartholomew and stuff?
Right, he was very interested in doing aerials, and he saw skaters doing them consistently and wanted to study that and apply it to surfing, which he did
did very well. And like I said, we got a lot from Larry, too.
And now you got surfers like Christian Fletcher who are actually doing indie airs, backside airs on waves.
Right, and I believe that that's something that skateboarding gave back to surfing.
And with that, I'd like to say thank you for coming, Brad.
Thanks for having me.
And thank
Pleasure
you for
to be here.
influencing me.
Great.
Take care. Coming at you with some more hand plants. Check them out.
You get paid, I guess, when you're sponsored professional, and when you're amateur, you don't. That's all I know, pretty much.
Is there names for speed tricks?
Yeah, there is. Like 50-50s on the hand rail, frontside rail slides, lip slides on rail slides, pivot fakies on quarter pipe and stuff.
Did I miss something? Do you have any pets?
Yeah, I have 3 dogs, a chicken, and
a chicken?
A cat. Yeah.
You have a chicken. What's the chicken's name?
Pepita.
Bobita.
No, Pepita.
Bobita?
Yeah.
The chicken's name's Bobita.
No,
I can't say it.
Pepita.
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 Your board is like all ripped up. How long does it take to go through a board?
It usually takes me like about a little less than a week and a half. My board gets real thrashed. It just takes like about a
Does
week
it break
and
in
a half.
half? I mean, can you
No,
break
it doesn't. Like the tail's chipped, the nose chipped and stuff, the sides.
You have to replace the board like every week and a half?
Yeah, every week and a half.
Wow. Gets real expensive, especially if you're not sponsored.
Yeah, I think I'd probably still be skating if I wasn't sponsored, regardless or anything. Yeah, I'd still be skating.
Bobita.
Pepita.
Sk8 TV.
Hey, don't fight it, fight it. As usual, we're gonna start off the deep end with a gruesome beef. Here's a beef from Out of Focus, the new Alva video. Don't worry, he's okay. Hitting that shore break, into a hipper to step to shallow end face slider, shallow end tranny, shore break slammer. Ah! We've got one great trick of the week for you today on Sk8 TV. Check it out. Here's Tony Hawk with a Shove It 360. Check that out. Oh, shove it. The board goes a complete 360s revolution. He lands on it and comes down so smooth. Let's check out our selection for the home viewer video. Here's a home viewer video from the San Fernando Valley in California. Come on, I know you've been thinking about it. Come on, send them to me, to Sk8 TV Karatate. We need those home viewer videos. Let's scan a bit, come on. Here's another clip from the series of Poor Sports videos from Rocco in San Jose, California. This one called Les Mouches. And now here's our transfer over bumper into Stevie Caballero's action. Howdy, we're here with Steve Caballero, independent Powell Peralta skater. Hey, can we start all over? We're with Steve Caballero here. We're here with Steve Caballero at the San Jose warehouse. Action. Come on, bring it down a bit, would you? Is my left leg in frame? Do I look in the camera? So, let's do this over. That was weak. 1, 2, 1, 2. Yeah. Are you ready for dialogue? You know what usually happens when that happens? You usually get it done first take and laugh. Rolling. At the San Jose ramp and talking to Steve Caballero. Hope you liked it. Enjoy.
Justice, that's what you find. Just us.
Most of all, love. Life can be tough when you're ruthless and rough. On a regular 40, people who are trying